Hello everybody, it's Sarah, and sorry for me looking a little bit destroyed and sweaty in this one. It's so hot right now in Vienna and it's terrible. Anyway, today I'm a bit late for this video, but today we will be talking about my anticipated releases for the second half of the year. And if you think that I didn't know what the books that I put on my anticipated releases list were about for the books for the first half of the year, well, you're gonna be surprised because I extra don't know for these ones, because with the other ones it's at least only been like a few months since I had put them on my list. With these ones, it's been at least half a year. Anyway, I have about well, 20-ish to get through, a little bit less. So let's get started. And even though some of these have already been published, I will still start with the ones like from the beginning of July onwards. So first I have Masquerade by Oo Sangoyomi, which has come out on the 2nd of July. I did actually already read this. I had an arc for this. This is historical fiction set in Western Africa during the Yoruba Empire. So I think the setting is like around the 16th century, possibly. It's like pre-colonization of Western Africa. And it's also like kind of, I don't want to call it a Hades or Persephone what's it called, retelling. However, the setup is Hades and Persephone, but then the story goes off on its own and it follows our main character Ododo, I think her name was, who is a blacksmith and who gets kind of discovered and kidnapped by the king of Yorubaland. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. However, I won't start talking about it because otherwise we'll be here forever if I start talking about the books. Next, I have These Deathless Shores by P.H. Lowe, which I actually have in my mind right now because I saw the Orbit announcement for the release, because it came out on the 9th of July, and this, I believe, is a Peter Pan retelling, at least going by the cover. Next, I have another book that I also have already read because I had an arc of it, and that's The Sky on Fire by Jen Lyons, which also came out on the 9th of July. I did also already film and accidentally upload too early a review of it, so I will leave that link down below. This is Jen Lyons' new standalone, and it's about trying to steal the hoard of the Dragon Queen. It's really fun. It's very Jen Lyons if you have read A Chorus of Dragons. Then we have The Lotus Empire by Tasha Suri, which comes out on the 16th of July, and this is the third and final book in the Burning Kingdom. I think it's the Burning Kingdom. Where is the... Yeah, it's the Burning Kingdoms series, which is South Asian inspired high fantasy. It's also sapphic. It's about a sister who tries to regain her empire from her brother, and then a former priestess who tries to free her people. Yeah, very excited for finishing the series, or very excited to finish the series. Then next we have Long Live Evil by Sarah Rees Brennan, which comes out on the 30th of July. The reason why I wanted to read this is because it sounds like a really fun, I think it's a standalone, but like a really fun twist on some fantasy tropes. This, if I remember correctly, was like an isekai type story, and it's about this woman who turns up in this fantasy world and turns out to be like the bad guy, kind of. So yeah, just sounds really fun, so I want to pick it up. Then we have Blood Mage by K.S. Veloso, which comes out on the 30th also. This is the second book in the Dagayan Puppet Master series, where I had the first book as an arc last year and I enjoyed it enough to want to continue on. And it's basically about this woman who failed out of this magic academy. However, within their world, only people who graduated from that academy are allowed to do magic. And she has to, however, like, kind of, she has hidden away for a long time, but she has to risk it all after her father went missing. Then we have one of my absolutely most anticipated releases of the year, which is Lady Macbeth by Ava Reid on the 13th of August. I have a lot of books on the 13th of August. Why do, like, publishers always publish on the same days? It's so weird. Anyway, this is a Macbeth retelling or reimagining, obviously, and I believe we follow Lady Macbeth before she actually meets Macbeth, so in her youth. And yeah, I just really enjoy Ava Reid's writing, so I am very excited about this, although I have heard some mixed things about it, but I'm sure I'll love it. Then we have A Werewolf's Guide to Seducing a Vampire by Sarah Hawley. I think it's called the Glimmerfall series. I read the first 2 books in the series, and I just had, like, you know, what's it called? Like, shallow fun with it. So yeah, I'm hoping that the 3rd book will be that again. And I love werewolves and vampires, so, you know, I really, really hope I'm gonna enjoy it. Then we have The Palace of Eros by Caro de Robertis. Too many languages right now. I'm sorry. My mouth right now was not able to pronounce anything. Also on the 13th of August. I don't know. I don't remember this. I don't even remember the title. I don't remember the author. Anything. I'm gonna assume it's a Greek myth retelling. I think it might be, if I remember correctly, like, because I think I saw a Psyche and Eros Sapphic retelling. Maybe that's it. Who knows? I don't know. Then on the 13th also we have The Phoenix Keeper by S.A. MacLean, and this one is a cozy fantasy type story where we follow, like, a magical zookeeper who has to band together with her rival for some reason. I don't exactly remember which reason it was, but yeah, it sounds really fun and it sounds really cute. It might be sapphic. I don't remember. I do not remember what gender the love interest was. Then next we have Asunder by Kirsten Hall, which comes out on the 20th of August. I don't remember what this was about. However, I did read Star Eater by Kirsten Hall, and then I enjoyed that, so that might be the reason why I put this on here. Who knows? Truly, who knows? Then next we have Tales of a Monstrous Heart by Jennifer Delaney, which comes out on the 29th of August. That also, my brain has been wiped clear of this one, so no clue, no clue what this is about. By the way, I'm sorry, I know I'm not looking at you a lot in this video, but I have my list over here, and there's no possible way that I can remember everything from this list. Anyway, for September 1st, I have one where I'm too lazy right now to look up on which September day exactly it comes out, because I recently got the arc of this, and that's Coal Gets in Your Veins by Kat Rector, which is like paranormal fantasy and vampires and trauma, I think. So yeah, very excited for that one. Gonna start that one soon. Then we have The Gods Below by Andrea Stewart, which comes out on the 5th of September, which is the first book in her new series. I don't know what this is about anymore. I think there was like a cat boy in it and a cat. I feel like there was something along those lines. Then we have The Ending Fire by Sara El Arifi, which comes out on the 10th of September, which is the last book in the Forever Desert series. I believe that's what it was called. The first book was not The Battle Drums, The Final Strife. I want to finish this series, however, this is not one of my, like, top series ever. I'm just, like, it was fine. I really enjoyed one character, but I had issues with the other two POV characters, to be honest. Then we have a book that I have started this week, which is The Land of the Living and the Dead by Shona Lawless, which comes out on the 12th of September. I also have an ARC of this one, and I am so excited for this one. This is the third and last book in the Gale Song trilogy, and that is Irish historical fiction, historical fantasy, more like it, following the fight between the Fomorians and the Tuatha De Danann. Next we have A Dark and Drowning Tide by Alison Saft, which comes out on the 17th of September, which I believe I already had in my first anticipated releases video, but I guess it got pushed back as well. I don't know what this is about, except that it is YA. I don't want to know what it's about because I put it on my r/fantasy bingo for a book that I read purely because of the cover alone, because both covers of this book are absolutely gorgeous. And I also have an ARC of this one. And of the next one, which is the 1st October book, which comes out on the 1st of October as well, I also have an ARC of this one, and it's The City in Glass by Nivo, which I think is her high fantasy novel debut, if I remember correctly, but I don't even look into what her books are about anymore. I just read them because Nivo is one of my favorite writers ever. Then we have A Song to Drown Rivers by An Liang, which comes out on the 1st of December as well, which I'm sure I can remember something if I see the cover, but I don't even have a cover in my mind right now. Next we have another finale to a trilogy, and that is The Dawn Throne by Tara Sim, which comes out on the 5th of October. I enjoyed the first two books in the trilogy, and so yeah, I'm interested to see what it ends up as. Next, we have on the 8th of October a book that I'm pretty much sure I only put on this list because I really like the title, and that is How to Summon a Fairy Godmother by Laura J. Mayo. No clue what it's about. Not at all. I do believe it's like urban contemporary fantasy though. Then we have a re-release. I believe this was originally maybe self-published or indie published, and now has been picked up by a bigger publisher or something, and that's Odd Spirits by S.T. Gibson, which also comes out on the 8th of October, but I don't know what it's about. However, after having read An Education in Malice, maybe I'm gonna read Evocation first, but I pretty much trust S.T. Gibson. Then we have, I think, a self-pub book that I came across on Twitter, and I really like the cover, and that's Metal from Heaven by August Clark. I believe I also saw like a mood board tweet or something along those lines, and that comes out on the 22nd of October. No clue what it's about once again though. I think it's epic fantasy. Then we have another finale to a trilogy, which is The Witch Queen of Red Winter by Ed McDonald, which comes out on the 11th of November. I also have an ARC for this one, and I'm hopefully gonna pick it up soon. And then hopefully, like, I'm honestly not sure if it's gonna come out this year or not, but this is the publication date as the last time that I looked at it. The 24th of December is supposedly the publication for Heavenly Tyrant by Shidan J. Zhao. So I hope that that's actually true, which is the sequel and finale to Iron Widow. And then technically somewhere in between there we also have, I think, Knights of Wind and Truth, or Wind and Truth, something along those lines, like the 5th Stormlight Archive, but I don't think we can call that an anticipated release, so I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, that was a very quick fire way to get through all of my anticipated releases for the second half, or well, not all. There might still be some that I just forgot to put on my list on my spreadsheet, but my anticipated releases on my spreadsheet for the second half of 2024. Tell me in the comments down below, are any of these anticipated releases on your list as well? Did I just make your TBR weep? If you enjoyed this video, maybe think about giving me a thumbs up and also maybe subscribing. All the links to my social media as well as to my book club are linked down below, so go and check those out, and I hope I'll see you soon. Bye!